say a word, daddy's gonna buy you.
What is going on, you guys? It is Justin back here with another video, and today we are going to be reviewing a movie that I found on Peacock, and I'm pretty sure it's only streaming on Peacock. I'm not too sure what else it would be streaming on, but it is called the Funhouse Massacre, and it's got a pretty decent lineup. Right here says we have Robert Englund in there as the warden. Then we have the lead people. We have one of the main guys, who is portrayed by Matt Angel. His name is Morgan. And then we have I'll just list the names on here because there's too much names to say. But yeah. So the movie is very cool. I like it. It's like an indie film, I guess you would say. But the premise is that there's this insane asylum that's been like hidden away from the world. I forget what it's called, but Robert Englund is the warden, and he has this doctor that's like a mega perv there, I guess you would say. And this news reporter comes to do a report on them to like get it for the public, I guess you would say. And she asked why these people are hidden away, and because Robert Englund says that these guys are the worst of the worst. He said Bundy, Dahmer, Gacy, they just got all the press, but there they hide the worst of the worst. And we go through and we meet all of these villains. There's one named Rocco. He was a clown that killed people. There was one named Mental Manny. He's the leader of this cult that we're going to be getting into. And then there's a guy named the Taxidermist. Dollface, which is the shocking surprise of the movie. She is actually the news reporter that's at that asylum. Dollface is the daughter of Mental Manny. So we find that out later in the movie. But so part of those cult we have Rocco, Mental Manny, the Taxidermist, Dollface, who is also known as Stitchface the Killer. Then we have Animal, who is a cannibal. And then we have, I believe that's it. I believe that's it for the bad guys. So yeah. And then we have our cast of teenagers, who is Morgan. We got Morgan, we got Christina. We have Lori. Then we have Mikey. We have this guy named Gerard. I'm probably butchering this name a lot. It's like Gerardo or something. I'm not too sure. And then for the last two guys, we have Sterling Suleiman as Jason and Lee Parker as Randall. So yeah, we'll bring those guys up later. But we find out that the news lady is the daughter of the cult leader, and she is actually in a relationship with this guy named Dennis, and he's running this haunted house during the Halloween season, obviously. And the haunted house is based on these bad guys that I just listed off to you. So it's based off of like Rocco, the Taxidermist, Cannibal, the cult leader, all of those guys. So their whole plan is that she got in a relationship with that guy. So after she's in that asylum with Robert Englund, she ends up killing Robert Englund, and she lets all of the bad guys out. And then that's when it's revealed that she is the bad guy with them. So we switched to this restaurant. I'm not too sure what it's called, but that's where our main people work. Our main teenagers, I guess you would say. And you get interrupted with a very fast scene of people having fun in the bathroom, I guess you would say. But yeah, after that, they talk about going to this fun house, and they actually do end up going. So what happens is it switches. So the scene switches, and we're at this murder scene, where we get introduced to Ben Begley, who portrays Deputy Doyle, and Scotty Thompson, who portrays Sheriff Kate. And they are looking at a murder where this lady has her face stitched up, like mouth, eyes, everything. And the Sheriff Kate, she looks at it, she says, "I recognize this. This is something I've seen before." So, not really thinking anything of it. You're thinking, oh, well, obviously, it's been, there's probably been more killings like that. Well, after that, we switched to the people that escaped from the insane asylum going to that fun house. And they go in and they kill all the actors, and now it's like they're the actors that are working there. So it's actually a really cool premise. So people are going through the house now, and these people are dying. It's insane. Christina, she goes through the house with her boyfriend Jason, and obviously with her other friends, and then they sneak off to the bathroom to have some fun. So, the Stitch Face Killer, she follows them into the bathroom, and she waits for the boyfriend to be done and leave, and that's when she attacks the girlfriend. So, after she attacks the girlfriend, the boyfriend finds her dragging the girlfriend, and he goes in, it's Jason, let me see, Jason finds her, so Morgan and Lori follow them in, and they find that she had been killed. So she's being used as like a prop now, even though she's really dead. So people are thinking these people are dead. Well, not dead, but they're props. But they're actually like sitting there screaming and going, because she's a Stitch Face Killer. There's people that have their mouth sewn up and they're trying to talk. So yeah, after that, they run into the taxidermist, which the guy police officer, Deputy Doyle, he stands there, and it's very funny, this scene. He stands there and he listens to the taxidermist guy talk, because the taxidermist is trying to make up an excuse for why he killed that person. And Morgan looks at the taxidermist, not the taxidermist, the Deputy Doyle guy. He goes, "You know you could shoot him, right?" And he just unloads like 8 rounds into him. And then he's like, "I've never killed a guy before." And he starts puking all over before. It was funny. But, yeah. So after that, they split up. And the sheriff goes after, so Sheriff Kate, she goes after the cult leader. Geraldo and Morgan, they go after the cannibal. And Deputy Doyle and Lori, they go after the clown, I believe. So, this is where it gets interesting. We finally catch up with the sheriff and the cult leader. And the cult leader is up by these radio hosts hosting the haunted house. And he rips the microphone out of one of the guys' hands. He's like, "We've been killing you guys all night long, and you haven't even caught on to it. Like, how stupid are you?" So then he says, "And you really want me to show you the truth?" He goes to one of the radio hosts and he snaps their neck. But people just start laughing because they figure it's a joke. It's a haunted house. So then, just to prove that it's not a joke, he takes the microphone he was holding and he shoves it down the other radio guy's throat. It was crazy. But then you find out the sheriff finally catches up to the cult leader. Then we find out that the cult leader is actually her dad, which was a big twist because he started talking about her mom. So I was thinking, oh, well, maybe he killed her mom. But no, he's her dad, which is insane. So she ends up killing him, and her and the Stitch Face girl get into a fight because Stitch Face was the cult leader's daughter. Well, if she's his daughter, that makes Stitch Face the sheriff's sister. So they start fighting, and after they start fighting, they both die. Then, trying to figure out. Geraldo and Morgan, they go after the cannibal. The cannibal is basically a big John Wayne Gacy guy. And it's funny how they kill him because he acts like a big tough guy, the cannibal. He's like, oh yeah, hit me. And literally all they do is, I think they throw a hot dog at his face. And then they burn his face on the grill, which was actually a pretty cool scene. And that's how he dies. And then Deputy, what's his name again? Deputy Doyle and Lori. She's the lady that's dressed up as a bumblebee in this movie. They go after the clown, and Deputy Doyle shoots him in the head, thinking he's dead. Well, basically what happens is that we basically get to the end of the movie, and we're thinking everybody's dead. And then the clown comes walking out. So, Jason, the guy that's dressed up as a football player, he tries to fight this clown off. This death is so gruesome. He takes Jason's face, and there's a fence, and he pushes it into it. It's like Play-Doh, honestly. His face is so nasty, but so gnarly at the same time. So yeah, after that, we think everybody escaped, right? Everybody's escaped. The clown actually didn't die, and there's a whole lineup of police. So everybody gets down, waiting for the police to shoot, and the police are just sitting there with their guns, just looking at this clown because he's like 7 foot tall, ripped, and he's wearing a ripped person's. He's basically Leatherface as a clown. That's basically the best way to describe him. And it's funny because the Deputy Doyle guy, they're all on the ground, and he looks at the police. He goes, "You guys know you can shoot them, right?" And before the police start shooting, Morgan runs past the clown, trying to get away from him, but the clown picks him up and he breaks his back. So Morgan, our main character, dies. So I think all that's left throughout the movie is Deputy Doyle and Lori, honestly. So yeah. And then obviously the police do shoot the clown, and the clown finally dies. And then it's seen to believe that Deputy Doyle and Lori are only 2 survivors. Well, then the police are pulling somebody out of the ambulance. Not the ambulance, but of the carnival on like those stretchers, and they're like, "Hey, we got a live one." So you look and you see it's Sheriff Kate. Well, Lori looks, because she's going to the hospital with her, because obviously Sheriff Kate was defending her the whole time. But Lori looks at her shirt, and she sees a knife under her arm. And all of a sudden, you see that the ambulance gets in a crash. So obviously, Lori dies. And does Sheriff Kate die? Well, here's the big shocker at the end of the movie. Sheriff Kate is dead. The face gets ripped off, and it's the stitched face killer. She lived throughout the whole movie. She cut her own sister's face off just to live. So yeah, that's basically the whole movie. It's called the Funhouse Massacre. If I had to give it 10 pumpkins out of 10 pumpkins, a score of 10 pumpkins, I think you would say, I would give it 10 pumpkins. This movie is good. Basically what I'm trying to say, it's a 10 out of 10. How it's on Peacock and how it's going to go to theaters, I don't know. But this movie is good. It is funny. It is something awesome for you guys to watch around Halloween time. Or just something to play in the background if you're having a Halloween party. It's on Peacock. It's a really good movie. It's funny. You got Robert Englund in there. Freddy Krueger. The guy's a good actor. So yeah, I definitely recommend this movie. I hope you guys do check it out. And if you do check it out, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below. And if you have seen it, let me know what you guys thought about it down in the comments below. But as always, you guys, stay groovy. Stay safe and keep people safe. And remember, God is good all the time. You guys have a good one, and peace out.